Jesus fucking Christ. Are you...
Yeah, it was that bad. Are we live?
Yeah,
We have no time.
Right now.
Oh, they missed Garrett throwing all...
No, don't worry. I've been
they got
long
it.
recording for like 4 minutes.
Oh, good, I'll use that.
No, I tried to set that down, honestly.
No, I
That
can
was
tell.
an accident.
Wow, your famous gentle touch. Anyways,
Slippery fingers.
shit.
Are we actually live right now?
Yep.
Good evening.
Welcome to the MEGA64 podcast, episode 297.
Aloha.
Aloha.
We're almost at podcast 300. You know what happens during podcast 300?
I get kicked into a pit.
We go...
Whoa.
You asked the question.
This fucking asshole. We go, this is podcast!
I thought you were
And
asking.
then I
thought
kicked
you were
Sean
asking
into a
us.
pit. It was a rhetorical question for the audience.
He
I
was
thought it was
setting
to
up
me.
his...
You don't need to participate
Yeah.
in the audience because...
Well, I thought
He was
I
setting
I
up
was,
a
I was
punchline
part of the
and
audience
you
listening
stepped
to you
on it.
talk. I didn't know he was saying it.
I didn't know either. Sometimes I do it too.
you're not part of the audience. You're a host.
Well, when you
Whoa.
talk, I'm in the
Theme
audience.
song.
Congratulations.
I'm a lonely horseman, got my pistol. I'm just trying to be somebody besides a lonely horseman.
Finally, the host.
Got my
Honestly,
gun
I'm
at my
a
side. I'm just trying to be a lonely horseman. Horseman, 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 lonely horseman.
Go back.
Welcome back. I am now a host.
Welcome back. Sean's first episode hosting the
It's
podcast.
a big
Officially,
Wow.
Congrats.
he was an intern up until tonight.
Oh
I
my
have-
god.
Can we get a close up on Sean? Sean, when you see your close up, just go ahead and put host right underneath.
Former
Wait, a
plebeian,
second,
now
second.
host.
Okay, got that
Yeah,
shot?
I'm not taking that
Upgrade.
shot. That's gross.
Fuck, Eric.
If we can do this the right way for a second,
Yeah.
cut to me, please. Thank you. And stay on me for a good minute because I want to do this right or not at all. I want to announce a big announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that I've been personally really proud of a good friend of mine for many years now, over a decade, Mr. Sean Chatfield.
Wow.
I have something, and I hope he doesn't mind me announcing to the crowd a big change in his life that has just taken place. Ladies and gentlemen,
I'll wait till the announcement.
Yeah.
Sean is now co-host of the MEGA64 podcast. And I want to say, that after so many years of being a guest,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
it feels good to finally say,
Yeah. I'm excited. I'll tell you, I'm excited. I haven't decided on a host name yet, though, so I'll let you know.
well, just your name, just your regular
Oh,
name.
then it's Sean.
I decided.
Can I
You could
slide-
go by Chat Chatfield.
Yeah, actually, I like
Since
that.
we chit chat here so
okay,
much,
that's good. Chatfield. Okay, cool.
because we like to chit chat.
Right.
Thank you.
This is confusing. I'm confused.
Anyways,
Okay,
Is there a way-
he's just a guest now.
Oh,
Too
it's
much.
not-
he's been demoted. Special
That was
guest
so quick.
featuring special guest Sean Chatfield. Close up on Sean Chatfield, and Sean, when you edit this, have it say host, and then that is smashed, destroyed by the new title that says special guest.
Yeah, whoever edits this,
sorry.
do that.
Sorry, man.
Whoever edits this.
It may have to be somebody
I
else.
don't. Well, I don't know where he stands now, so I don't know
Could
what.
change. We're only 10 minutes in.
But anyway,
We're 4 minutes in.
my
My perception of time's off.
I am. Well, we did travel, so you're in a different time zone.
It
Yeah,
was
you-
sweet while it lasted, though. It was nice.
Garrett-
Way too northern now. I've come.
Garrett
too far
he
south.
flew in from San Francisco. He's still a little bit jet lagged, so
We'll
the
catch
time
up.
thing is off.
Wednesday.
He flew in on
Do you
Thursday,
remember-
so we're all jet lagged.
Do you remember the day we got there and a girl asked him for money and he went, No, we're from California.
That was good. Hi,
God.
do you have money from the? Oh, we just got here from California. I don't know.
I
Yeah,
get it.
our-
It's
our
like
money's not good here.
It's like I'm not really vacationing. I'm not a tourist. I live in this state.
you
right?
know what I was? No,
Right?
No, he was saying he's from out of
Okay.
town.
I
No,
tried
no.
to save him, but
no. I'll explain
Don't
in
bother.
detail.
all right, please.
I
Extra detail.
She was asking me about, not for money, but she was asking if I could help her out with her Metro card, which is something to do with the
Yeah.
public transport system.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I was trying to say, oh, I just flew in from San Diego. I don't know your public transport system. I'm not from here. But it came out California. Not,
I'm from
and then I
California.
realized San Francisco's in California as well.
Wait.
And
No,
then
we-
Oh, I think
Can we
Eric
check
realized that,
Eric,
for
did
you.
you check on that?
Did you realize
That
it? Because
accurate?
I'm pretty sure you didn't, and then we all had to look at you for a
no,
really long time.
as soon as I said it, I went,
No.
oh, I'm safe because I'm out of town still. Oh wait, no, San Francisco's still in California. And that's when I turned around and you guys were holding it in, and I said something to you like, "Oh, just fucking let it out." Or whatever.
I'm gonna give just a little fragment of a story because
Okay.
I don't think I've ever told the whole story. But
Fraction of
when
a
I
story.
was in Philadelphia and a boxing promoter was trying to get me to drive a car to go beat up some guy, he asked if I could drive him down because he was way too wasted. And I was trying to think of anything to get out of that situation and come up with an excuse. And then my brain started going, oh, I have a license out of state and I can't drive here. I don't even know if that's true.
That's not true.
That's
That's
not
absolutely
true.
not true.
But my brain was like, that's your best bet. Say
Not
that.
allowed.
And I'm just like trying to think of the best way to word it. And just as I'm thinking it, this drunk ass guy goes, oh, wait. You probably have a license in California. That wouldn't look good if you drove here. Yeah, never mind. And then he walked away. I was like, he read my bullshit excuse.
Wow.
He read
You
my
didn't even have
bullshit
to say
excuse.
it.
So
Why didn't you drive the car?
didn't have to go beat up a limo driver.
You were gonna beat him up?
You weren't gonna beat him up. You're gonna drive something.
I was going to drive someone to do that.
You wouldn't.
Yes,
You would have just been accessory to it.
Yeah, you've been
Accessory.
accessory.
I would
It
have
would've
probably
been fine.
sped off and left the guy there.
Haven't you used the excuse?
Yeah,
I'm not
you
allowed?
would have.
No,
Yeah, you
honestly,
would've.
honestly,
Fuck yeah, I
here's
would've
what
driven to
happened.
California.
Here's what happened. Rocco would have got lost. They never would have found the limo driver. They would have been lost
Yeah.
all night.
I would have been, yeah, absolutely. iPhone didn't have GPS then.
Yeah. Shit.
Anyway, so that's that. Got that out of the way. Anyway, in all seriousness, though, big announcement. Sean did have one. He is excited because we have a new sponsor this week.
I'm so excited.
That's your announcement.
I
Yes,
want to
go
announce that was it, and only it. First of all, I want to say go to mega64.com. Shop,
Give it a shot.
give it a shot. Then go to shop.mega64.com
Give
and
that
our
a shot,
online
too.
store. See what happens. We've got a ton of stuff on sale. To support the show, support Mega64, buy a Blu-ray set, buy a Club 64 shirt. We still got those. We sold out of a ton of shirts this last week, so you got to go quick. Get as many as you can. Add to cart. Just hit add all.
Put posters
that
order
shirt,
everything.
don't buy that shirt. You can't buy that shirt.
No, that shirt's
Fuck
not
that
for
shirt.
sale.
That's a replica.
That's
not even
that
an
shirt
original.
just it sucks. You don't want to buy it.
It's not
It
real.
sucks. So
Not for
don't
sale.
don't bother.
We found that on eBay and we snuffed out the seller.
Nobody's
Yeah.
eBaying that.
That's where do you think we got that ancient dinosaur?
The costume closet.
Oh, okay,
Swap me.
fair enough.
But anyway, shop.mega64.com to support the show. But we also have a new sponsor this week.
What?
A brand new
We do.
sponsor.
We do.
I want to say thanks
I want to say first of all, fuck all our old sponsors. You're out. No more. You all sucked. We got better sponsors now. Thank you.
Listen, we have a very firm
Like that.
sponsorship policy where it's called the Burn Bridge policy.
Right.
And if
What
you
or
no
no?
if
Yeah.
you
Right.
no longer support us,
You better remain a sponsor
Yeah.
forever. You fuck.
you know, it's like McDonald's out there. If you don't give me free Big Macs,
What?
I say Big Macs will give you cancer or something.
Here's the
you know?
thing. What's the point of having a sponsor if you don't talk bad about all the people who aren't your sponsor?
Exactly.
True.
That's that.
So I want to say fuck you to Frito-Lay. I want
Fuck
to
you,
say
They never
Frito-Lay.
sponsored us.
No.
Well, it came close.
I wanted to
on,
say fuck you to the Titanic on Blu-ray.
yeah.
Fuck
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say Kettle Chips, suck it.
They sponsor us?
They didn't sponsor us.
Oh,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
see. I
Pay
see. I
attention.
see.
Any company
I'm not a
that
host.
didn't-
I don't know what's happening.
he's just a guest.
I'm just a guest.
Be nice to him.
Any of the Beachbody workout DVD sets,
Yeah.
Yeah.
PDX, go
Yeah.
fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Chauncey.
It didn't even work.
Yeah.
But I want to say thank you to those who did sponsor us. Our new sponsor, Loot Crate.
Thank you, Luke.
I want to say shout out to Loot Crate, our
All
new
right, hold on a
sponsor.
second. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
If you don't know what Loot Crate is, why don't you let the people know?
Here's the 411. Lootcrate.com. Go to lootcrate.com/mega64 and you can sign up and subscribe. And what it is every month these guys send you a box of stuff. And you might be going, well, what stuff?
That's what I'm saying.
You don't know what's in the box. That's the beauty of it. It's just random stuff.
It's a mystery
every
box.
month.
Mystery.
They send it to you. It could be figures. There's stuff from Marvel, DC. You got stuff from Capcom. You got all kinds of different.
So what they
Fighter
do
shit?
is like when a company makes too much shit because they never know how much they're going to sell, and they didn't sell as much as they thought. What do they do with all that extra crap?
Swag.
They send it to
Wait.
Loot Crate. Loot Crate sends it to you. It's like a mystery box.
Dude,
It's pretty. It's like Christmas.
That is
What is it?
cool.
Once a month?
Yeah.
You know what?
And if you go to lootcrate.com/mega64, you will get a discount on signing up. Just be sure to put the keyword in the little at the end. You put in the keyword Mega64, and you will be rewarded. Handsomely.
We've been wheeling and dealing. Loot Crate said, "Yo, we know you got the best fans on the internet. Here's a secret link just for them. LootCrate.com/Mega64. Check it out. Check it
So
out.
you haven't opened
Check
this
it
yet.
out.
You don't know
This is brand new.
We
All
do
right,
not know
let's go.
what's in this.
You know what
excited.
this reminds me of? When you used to go to conventions, you would get so much free swag at all the different
Yeah.
booths, and that's kind of dried up now.
Yeah.
This is like a way to get a promotional item from all these different companies.
Exactly.
Something that would have been a rare get.
Except
Exactly.
instead of like a stupid hat, like a
like
stupid
some foam
fedora,
cowboy shit.
or like a dumbass necktie.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be a necktie and a fedora.
It's something. Yeah, if there's a necktie or fedora, I'm gonna look real stupid. All right, let's open
All
it
right,
up.
let's see what's in it. Loot Crate. We don't know what's in. We did not screen this.
Holy
Okay.
All right. Item
Whoa.
number
Damn.
1. What is this?
This is a Titan.
Titanfall.
It's like there's like Attack on Titan stuff. So this is just a little like pamphlet or something they included, but it's a lot of Attack on Titan and Titanfall stuff.
Here, I'll be the Vanna
Wow,
White.
it's
okay.
Let's take this stuff out. Oh, what's this?
oh.
A Titanfall shirt.
Oh,
What up?
my
this
God.
is a tie.
What
Yeah.
up?
A Titan tie-in.
Yes.
Oh Jesus!
Titanfall shirt. We just got one. We didn't know that was going to be in there.
Next thing.
Oh shit!
This is a pin for this. It actually says the month
I'm gonna
on
wear
it.
it. Oh, actually, I'm
We
wear
got a
that.
Titanfall lanyard.
Oh shit!
There's like a
We got candy.
Oh fuck!
we got
yeah.
we got candy, baby. We got taffy, baby.
Smells good. I'm putting
This
candy
is
there.
an Attack on Titan like wristband thing.
So we got the Titan box today.
Whoa! Volume 1 of Attack on
I'm gonna be
Manga.
reading
Oh,
that
shit.
tonight.
Titan. Attack on Titan
What's this?
manga.
They start you off with the first volume. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's awesome.
Titanfall.
Is it
Prima.
Titanfall DLC or something? No.
An
You can get you can get the guide. Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's a
Really
bunch
cool.
of Attack on Titan and Titanfall stuff.
That's a theme this month.
Wow, they
So,
merged them.
This was the Titan themed box.
So this is like a zine
Now-
that Loot Crate puts
Yeah.
out
Just
that tells you about all the stuff that's included.
So just
Yeah.
to
Oh really?
Gets
So
you
it's
familiar.
like the instruction manual to your loot
Basically,
crate.
It kind of gives you a little bio on what Titanfall is, a review of Attack
Mm-hmm.
on Titan, and that seems to be the theme with this month.
so
cool.
now,
Hell yeah.
question: so
Yeah.
everyone who orders this month gets this box, or is it a different?
That's a good question.
Don't know. Roll the dice, Sean.
I don't
Okay,
know,
we'll
Sean.
find out. We'll find
Sean,
out.
you'll have to go to lootcrate.com/mega64 and find out for yourself.
We'll find it.
Code word Mega64. Don't forget to enter that in too. When you check out.
Enter the code word.
So that theme seemed to be video games and anime.
It seemed to be
But other
paper,
I'm gonna have some of the candy.
That's the thing.
plastic,
Sean's eating the candy.
There's some cotton. and some
cardboard. I think we just discovered the theme.
But other months
Materials.
I've seen, like you said, there's comic book stuff and
Yeah.
there's other video game.
Yeah,
I've
I know
seen about,
somebody-
like
I-
a lot of Super Mario and Nintendo merchandise.
Yeah, I know some people who did it before who got like the Kid Robot Street Fighter figures and stuff.
Oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
it was really cool. So anyway, check out Loot Crate. Thank you, Loot Crate. We
And
love Loot Crate.
we'll be opening up some more loot crates in the future.
We will be.
Hell
So
yeah.
look forward to that.
Look
Sean has
forward
the
to that.
candy.
Real good.
How many pieces of candy were there?
2.
Two.
So this
For the two
fucker
hosts?
just.
Oh shit! Well,
He's not even a host.
You
He's a
ate 'em
special
both?
guest.
Sean ate both
I ate
pieces. of
one.
candy.
What
You
a,
ate 'em both. I
what a
can
greedy
see.
asshole.
Look how bulgy.
We were all like promoting Loot Crate while
His
this guy was
cheeks.
stealing the candy.
His cheeks are bulging from both sides. That's bullshit.
We had a teacher. We had a teacher who had cheeks that bulge on both sides. We always said it looked like he was smuggling nuts.
What kind of nuts?
Nuts.
Peanuts.
Keep saying he's saved it
Walnuts.
for the winter. Oh, we're cool. We're fun.
Anyways.
Lower in the chat. Lower's expectation says disappointment only for $20. Kick them out of the chat, please.
Got
Boot them. Thank you.
Well,
All right.
There, respect the fucking sponsor. God damn it.
Listen. Loot Crate.
Lower your fucking expectations, bro.
Loot Crate. Loot Crate. Hashtag Loot Crate. Hashtag Live Moss. That's right. We're taking the slogan from
All right.
Taco Bell.
Royce,
and we're giving it to Loot Crate.
Royce in the chat says, yes, everyone gets the same box, but there's a special box called the Mega Crate that gets randomly sent out to one subscriber every month.
That's cool.
And I think we got the Mega Crate, so hell yeah.
We win.
We were
we
lucky.
always win.
Anyways,
Anyway, thank you, everybody.
It says MEGA64 is invalid coupon code.
Well, Kurt Dog fucked it up. Sorry, Kurt Dog.
Yeah, what-
you don't know
what
what
can
you're
I
doing.
Okay.
Anyway, Kurt
Alright,
Dog's
guys.
web browser is broken. He's using Internet Explorer.
we'll check on that. We'll double check that.
But I'm pretty sure we're going to end up having to ban Kurt Dog. Sorry. Anyway, all right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this week.
It's a good week. It's a
I want to
good
say
week.
thank you once again.
Let's,
and
let's give thanks. Let's go around, give thanks. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for
Thank you, Sean, our special
supporting.
guest, for being here.
Boom.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Rocco, for being here. Thank you, me, for being here. We weren't here last week.
You weren't here last week.
We missed you.
Yeah, it was Kevin and Eric filling in for you guys, but we had tea, so it was
did
pretty
have
good.
tea.
It was like a podcast made for me, pretty much.
It
had
was like
some of that tea
podcast
this
light.
Me too.
It was like diet podcast, is what you're saying. Or podcast zero. Tastes just like regular podcasts.
Yeah, but
I don't
less
think
filling.
it was like diet podcast. I think it was like the RC Cola of podcasts. Like it's close, but it's not really like the same brand.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was like a Black Ops Special Forces unit that is not known about in the public eye. That just kind of.
Oh, the kind that sits in front of a camera and does an hour-long
The kind
podcast?
that sneaks in and is actually better at getting the job done.
Oh,
But without the knowledge of the original team. It's like SEAL Team 6 of the podcast world.
Yeah, well, we all know what happened to them.
We do.
I don't.
Alex Jones knows. Check out InfoWars, motherfucker.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
Speaking of which,
I was gonna say typically any change on the podcast, if there's one person missing or someone gone, it's great because the podcast email gets flooded every week with "It's so much better! Oh my god, keep this!"
It's just because it's different.
Yeah, any of us missing, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Any one of us, because I know it sounds like I'm saying this after the week I wasn't there, but I'm serious.
But we all know that can't be true.
There will be a week Sean will be off. Oh, thank God, you guys did. So is this permanent? Nope. Any of us. Garrett gone. I mean, because it happens to one of us, and I just think, well, so-and-so has a lot of fans, or so-and-so, but it's any of us. When Kevin's not behind the camera, thank God! Actually, he's the only one that
Of course, it's
Yeah,
people
Kevin
are
doesn't
upset
get
if
any
he's gone.
bad-
Yeah.
No
Kevin. Everyone loves
negativity.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Jesus
Unfortunately.
Christ.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know.
reasons not to like Kevin. He's fucking mean.
That's true.
That's
He's
not
mean.
true.
In real life,
fucks-
he's mean.
He fucks with my computer constantly.
He fucks
He
Sean's
does do
computer.
My wallpaper is never the same when Kevin's around.
No.
Bullshit.
Don't trust him around your computer. He'll put stuff on it that you don't want there. Viruses, Trojans, other
Yeah.
stuff.
That's true. He's done that.
Worms.
We found. I'll word it very delicately.
Okay.
But we found the latest in Kevin. What wallpaper Kevin has set on Sean's computer? He always changes the wallpaper on Sean's computer. Lately, Kevin found a person online.
Can I put the picture up? Do you think, or is that?
I wouldn't. No.
Okay.
What? What are you talking
How
about?
there's-
about just the
What are we
person
talking
who
about?
works
This is
there?
an inside image.
No, okay.
I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the loop. I don't know what we're talking about.
There is someone who is a grown man.
I know what we're
that
talking
that
about.
we found online.
Grown ass man, Derek.
There's someone we found online is a grown man that is obsessed with getting pictures of all the Disney princesses at Disneyland. And Kevin found a treasure trove of images with this guy.
This is not someone we know in real life, right?
No,
We never met this
no.
person.
And it's him with all the Frozen princesses at Disneyland looking terrified.
The girl looks like she's like,
She looks frozen
In fear.
on the inside.
she's terrified.
Yeah.
So sad.
So Kevin has been making those Sean's wallpaper.
It rotates for me. Thank you, Kevin.
And so yeah, it's been great.
Why is she terrified?
Because I think this is like the 5th consecutive day he's taking a picture with her.
Oh, 5 days in a row he's shown up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Every image with them,
Yeah.
he has a different shirt, so you know it's a different
And,
guy.
Oh.
and every image, their face starts melting more and more into this like grimace of
So
like
there's some,
fear.
you recognize them, and then you realize it's been 3 days in a row. And
Yeah.
then
And
on the 4th day, you
You
stop
also
smiling
realize
in
that
the photo.
to get in, it's like a 2-hour wait. This guy's waiting 2 hours to do
hell
that
yeah.
every single time.
He's collectively waited 10 hours. for
There's
all these
also
photos.
images with him.
Could be dangerous.
Yeah.
There's images that he's not in where there are
It's coming
princesses.
from a place of love.
where there are princesses handing like the autograph book back to a kid, but they're looking up like. And so you know he's still waiting in line and just snapping pictures.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I think he's gonna hit a certain number of pictures, like after picture 100, where the princess goes, like it clicks, like this isn't weird. I love this guy. And
I don't think they're there yet.
It's gonna blossom
Probably.
into a beautiful romance.
Probably.
That's my prediction. That's my prediction. There you have it.
Hey, I just saw Frozen. I don't know. That movie's a downer. It wasn't that great.
Oh, wow.
You know what's funny? I watched probably half of it on our flight.
Was it a downer?
No, I mean it
Well,
wasn't
I know,
over.
I know that little kids really like it.
Yeah, they do.
Is
But
there a reindeer in it?
There's one.
yeah, there's one. Yeah. I don't know. It was okay, but man, people fucking love that movie. That is now the second highest grossing animated film of all time, besides Toy Story 3.
What the? Wow.
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. That like it was
It's
okay.
it's the 13th highest grossing movie. Period.
Hell yeah.
It topped like Jurassic Park and another thing.
Is this
It was
like
like
a
what?
time in our economy where everyone's got a shit ton of expendable money and there's nothing else to do?
There's nothing to do but Frozen.
But Frozen.
I mean, it was fine.
perfect movie?
It was fine, but it wasn't that great. I mean, whoa.
I didn't
even
finish
know
it.
I didn't know it was a princess movie. I thought it was marketed towards boys because I just saw the snowman.
Speaking of children's movies, I watched The Road
Oh,
for
yeah.
the first time.
There's a kid in it.
I want to rewatch that now.
It's kind of like the live action version of Frozen.
Yeah.
I watched The Road. I just watched it for the first time. Came out a few years ago. What did you say?
2007, 8.
Was it that long ago?
Between then
Yeah.
and 2007 through 9.
It's been out
somewhere
for-
Yeah, one of those.
It's been out for a long time.
over
Came out
5 years.
2009.
And you
9.
know what? I think it's a very underrated movie. You never hear people talking about The Road. I fucking
That movie
loved it.
disturbed me. That
I
movie
think-
got. There was one scene in particular that like creeped me the fuck out.
I think it's so well done and it's so fucking down and depressing. I don't think people want to rewatch it, and I don't think people walk away from it going, "That was awesome." They're
Yeah.
kind of like, "Oh, that fucked me up."
But that's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's my kind of movie.
Yeah.
I feel like if a movie, I think I've said this before, if a movie can make you feel a certain way, make you feel like, you know, like churned up on the inside, then it's a pretty good movie because it's all an illusion anyways. And that's the point, is to get inside your head and make you feel stuff. And The Road does that on overkill. There's every other scene is just like getting inside your head and making you like cringe and just fearful for what's about to happen. And I thought it was awesome.
It's on Netflix, right?
It is on Netflix, and that's where I watched it last night.
Watch it tonight.
But I will say though that I don't really care for movies that are nothing but a downer and then end as a downer and whatever. I didn't feel like The Road ended that way. I walked away from The Road. The whole thing ripped me apart. But I did feel when it ended, I was like, yeah, I'm glad I watched that. It wasn't, I didn't leave with a feeling of, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Not that it ended necessarily even redemptive. It just ended in a way that it was worth the whole journey. You know, it wasn't just this all sucks and then it still sucked. Goodbye. Yeah. You know, it ended on it had a message. It had a, you know.
I really think it's a legitimately great movie. Yeah. They have so many encounters in The Road that have the same setup, which is basically, you know, the world has gone to shit and you can't trust anybody. And they're constantly just meeting strangers and having encounters with people, and you don't know if you can trust them.
Right.
Constantly, over and over. But every meeting is different, and it always plays out a different way. And it really explores what this world is like. And I just really, really enjoyed this movie. So
It seems so believable too.
yeah, I think it's super believable. Except there is one scene where I was telling these guys about it. There is one scene in The Road that I think stands out. It's kind of out of place because it's like a fucking commercial for vitamin water. They like break into some bunker.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, they haven't eaten in a long time, and they find a pack of vitamin water, and then it's like close up on Viggo Mortensen, slowly pulling it. He's like this bright light behind him.
Product
It looks so beautiful. He's just like, vitamin water.
Yeah. Do you think that's a sponsorship?
I don't know. I was reading. I like to like go on IMDb after I watch a movie and read all the trivia.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And they were talking about how there's a scene in the movie where they find a can of Coke and you know there's
I've heard this story.
there's a little boy in the movie, and he's never had soda before, so they find a can of Coke and it's like this big event. And I was reading that they filmed this scene with a bunch of different kinds of sodas because they didn't know if Coca-Cola would okay it.
Right.
And apparently in the original book it was a Coca-Cola can, and they said that Viggo Mortensen called up Coca-Cola and kind of negotiated that they'd be able to use it. But I feel like Coca-Cola struck a deal with them. And then they were basically like, yes, yeah, you can use our soda, but you got to throw us something extra.
Is this negative though? Them using, because I don't mind sponsorships like that if they're done well enough.
You know what's funny is, go ahead.
It just bases it in reality. I live in a world where there's vitamin water and Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
So if they're drinking, like shows like Lost got away with it, making their own Dharma branded.
Yeah.
I don't mind it if it's integrated into the story, which is to say, like Rocco and I were talking about how in Sopranos, Tony Soprano drinks Coca-Cola, and that's not a product placement. David Chase has said, like, no, this character, he likes Coca-Cola because that's a really popular drink in America. He's one of the millions of people who like Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
and that's fine to me, but there are certain times in a movie where it feels so ham-fisted. And, like, I think it was, I don't remember the name of this movie, but Seth Rogen and Barbara Streisand were in a movie recently where they go on a road trip. It's like mother and son, and there's so much blatant product placement in that movie where it literally, like, they rent a car from Avis, and it's like, oh, I heard these small cars aren't safe. Actually, every car at Avis is insured with 5-star safety rating. And then it cuts to an Avis sign and then, like, pans down as they drive out.
That's like in X-Men 2, the Wolverine and the Dr. Pepper in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? That was like the worst one I'd ever.
So I feel like if it distracts, if it ever clicks like, whoa, is this a fucking commercial? If you have to question that, then it's wrong.
This guy's saying that vitamin water was in the book. So there you go.
Well, there you go. Then
when was the book written?
Recently, I guess. It has to be.
I don't know about that.
Well, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't read shit.
That guy's lying.
I watch TV.
You read the chat.
I watch reality TV.
That's an unconfirmed fake news story, so if you didn't laugh...
You recommend that, The Road, to people.
I think that's a really underrated
I absolutely recommend The Road. Last of Us was Game of the Year to so many people this year. If you like Last of Us and you haven't seen The Road, do yourself a favor. Watch The Road. I feel like The Last of Us was directly influenced by this movie.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely. Well, I see the artistic valid points and stuff, but fuck that movie. I want to talk about some real cinema.
Okay.
All right.
So this last week, we went to the Game Developers Conference. We were up there. We were working on some videos, and I was saying earlier, it's kind of crappy timing because we have one, those of you watching this live on Sunday, we are going to release a video we're really excited about tomorrow that we worked on while we were up there. But it's not out yet, so we'll talk about it next week. But really excited about putting that out. But we had to work on it while we were up there. And our tradition, we've talked about this before, is when we'll only have like a 24-hour window to edit a video when we go up to the Game Developers Conference sometimes. And we make a habit of when we are editing in our hotel room, we like to watch crap movies. And we'll go and buy the shittiest movies we can find at the local DVD store. There's a place in downtown San Francisco called Rasputin. They have like 50-cent DVDs, like 90-cent DVDs that are just the worst thing you've ever seen. And so I'll purposely buy the worst ones I can find so we can watch them. So we watched some really great cinema this time, and I just want to show.
We watched a lot because we were honestly editing a lot longer than we usually do.
Yeah.
We had some time.
It took a while.
You may remember we discovered the buttercreamers via this method.
The Chatters, the chipmunk.
The chipmunk.
The Harder They Fall.
Yeah.
The Harder They Fall.
I don't think we ever talked about the Harder They Fall.
White Dog.
Oh. White
White
Dog.
We
Dog.
talked extensively about White Dog.
And plenty of others.
So this year we watched some cinema. I thought we'd just give some quick reviews here.
All right.
I didn't watch
There's
this
some
one.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
First on the chopping block here is, can you see these, Kevin?
Oh, yeah.
Pop Star,
Fuck
starring
yeah.
Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter plays what grade would you say he's in? 8th grade? 9th grade?
No, like he had to be like a junior in high school.
Yeah.
All right. 11th grade, excuse me. He plays 11th grader J.D. McQueen, who is basically, essentially the Justin Bieber of his time.
Ooh.
Though he's still in high school, has to deal with your typical problems. Namely, he sucks at math. He's a fucking math dunce.
I can relate.
So he needs a cute girl who's awkward because she has braces to help tutor him. Will J.D. McQueen fall in love?
Yes.
Find out.
Did they bang?
They do bang, yes.
On camera, it's graphic.
Sexual intercourse?
This movie was a desperate attempt at Aaron Carter trying to be famous again, and it failed.
Do you see his
Yes.
during the coitus?
Yeah, you see how he beat Shaq. Definitely.
Oh,
The thing about this movie is this girl, his nerd tutor, is so... She gets her feelings hurt so easily. Gosh, she's got to toughen up. JD goes on the radio, and he says he has a special friend, and it's not her.
Oh, fuck.
No.
Yeah, so a lot of drama ensues.
All right.
It's a very dramatic movie. Check it out for yourself.
Then we've got Zolar, the extreme sports movie. This is a young blue boy. He is an alien apparently, and
They don't explain where Zolar comes from.
Now here's the thing: there's other aliens come to Earth trying to get him back, At no point does Zolar barely says 2 sentences in the whole movie.
What?
There is no explanation to why he's important or special to them. It's
who?
just
To the other
the
aliens?
other kids.
Oh.
They're trying to protect him from people trying to kill him.
Yeah.
But Zolar has no personality. He's just like, don't kill me.
It has something to do.
Jason Ellis is in that movie.
Yeah.
Really?
It has,
Whoa.
it has Zolar is like the last surviving alien of his destroyed planet.
I guess.
And
Skateboard?
he's filled with like magical blue power. Also, extreme sports. All extreme sports athletes are aliens. Confirmed in that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Mike Metzger is an alien.
Yeah, and extreme
Mike
sports.
Metzger is an alien.
Extreme sports are actually alien rituals that have been
Yeah.
brought to Earth.
Yeah.
So pretty crazy, pretty wackadoo.
Again, it
He's
doesn't.
got regular colored hands on the back of the box.
No way, he has blue hands.
Oh my god, are you serious? They didn't paint his hands. Oh, that's embarrassing.
I totally did it.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh man, Zolar, that press.
They didn't
photo.
paint his hands. I don't know, you probably can't get that close, but
They fucked up the hands.
Matt Metzger and Jason Ellis are in that.
anyway,
I think the best part is how nobody got the name of the movie right afterwards.
Yeah.
We kept calling him Zoltar and Zoltan. and
Zoltan.
Zolan.
Hey, so you don't see the opening of the movie is like a flash forward. It's like something that happens later, and then it goes like 1 month earlier.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's a scene where they're chasing some guy with a laser gun is chasing the kids down, trying to shoot them.
The kids.
And he's on a jet ski, or he's on a snow, whatever, like a snowmobile, and he's riding down a hill, and suddenly this fucking blue kid jumps out of nowhere onto the side of his. You've never seen him in the movie.
He comes flying. Yeah.
You've never heard him talk,
Yeah.
and suddenly this blue fucker jumps and is grabbed onto the back of a snowmobile and looks at the guy and goes, "Hola," and pushes him off. That "Hola." So we were hanging out with our friend Jason Cryer, who does a lot of our artwork.
Yeah,
For some reason,
I'm wearing his T-shirt.
there
right
you
now.
go. Him and I suddenly that "Hola" sent us into a laughing attack that didn't stop for like 10 minutes. I was like
I
wheezing.
thought you were gonna have a stroke.
Am I wrong?
We
You-
got
you were
like I
laughing
feel
so
like me and
fucking
Derek met
hard.
eyes and we were like nervous
Hey,
about how you
I've,
were handling
I've
it.
honestly, no joke, I've never seen you laugh so fucking hard.
Really?
I believe I missed
You
that.
were like,
Hola!
he was
There's a screenshot of that moment on the back of the box
That is
right there.
That is the first
Are
time.
his hands painted blue in it?
Rocco was laughing so hard he wasn't even making noise.
It was just this ugly ass blue kid jumps out of the snow and grabs on him. Hola! Anyway,
Damn.
had to be there, I guess, but
missed
it was
these.
good.
God damn it.
Okay, then you can't go wrong. No frills.
No, I was there for this one.
High speed chases.
Hey,
was,
that
uh,
got pretty gnarly.
This was dated.
That
Oh,
one,
yeah.
that one was all right.
All right,
Whatever.
high-speed
Cars
chases.
crash, people die. We've all seen that before.
This one we all agree sucked, right?
This is a DVD that is a welcome DVD
I
to,
missed that one.
to Germantown, Ohio. Welcome
Yeah.
DVD.
Hey,
Turn
fuck
that off.
that one. That one
Hey,
sucked.
hey, if you live in
Fuck
Germantown,
'em.
Ohio, save your DVDs.
Now, this is important. I think I'm glad we're talking about this here because
It did help
Thank
us
God.
troubleshoot though because it is not DVD encrypted.
Yeah,
There's
true,
no
we
protection.
had a problem.
we had to figure that out.
It was
All right,
helped in troubleshooting.
these are from a safety series, the Safe Side. We've got Safe Side Super Chick in Stranger Safety. Get a good shot of her
I
face.
don't like that they call her a chick
Why not?
because she's 45 years old.
She's got wacky hair and
Wacky
doesn't
hair.
want kids to get kidnapped.
Which I appreciate. I
That's
guess.
good.
Produced by Joel Walsh.
Joel Walsh.
John?
Joe Walsh, the
Joe.
guitarist.
Joe Walsh.
Life's been good to him so far.
Analog Man. This is John Walsh.
John Walsh. There we go. From
So
America's
produced
Most
these from
Wanted.
America's Most Wanted.
He's in 'em.
Keeping those kids safe, and he does show up, and he's always the
Hey.
heartthrob.
That was the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
part
he's
of
very
those was
sexy.
the cameos by him.
Oh yeah, he.
Or Eric's favorite,
What?
the dog.
I love the
There
dog.
was a dog.
was
Fang.
Fang the
The
dog.
Chihuahua.
And then Volume 2 was Internet Safety.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Now, personally, I thought Stranger Safety was better.
You may have seen
If I had to
Stranger.
pick one.
You may have seen Stranger Safety at school. How many of you saw Internet Safety?
Right. You can email me at hootie@blowfish.com.
That's true.
That is someone's email in the movie.
Yeah.
Hootie@blowfish.com.
Hootie@blowfish.com.
So there's that. Now, I think the unsung hero of the group, we're going to talk a lot about a couple ones later, but most people left my room by the time this came
Yeah,
on,
I saw, like,
and
the first
I watched
10
this for an hour and laughed hard through all of it.
I only saw the first 20.
Yeah.
This is an acid trip called Magic Backyard.
Now, there's no story, right?
There's
It's
no
just-
story.
No.
Yeah.
It is two little kids go into their backyard and see shit. A guy. Shout out to Royce. I did post a video
Shout
that
out
said
to your red button down.
I did post a video that said the guy looked like Royce. Sorry, Royce. I didn't mean to.
Was it an
you.
insult?
But
No.
Maybe.
He was a brilliant
it wasn't a very
magician.
good trick. Dan Chan, Magic Man. Oh Jesus. Anyway,
What's his name? What?
His name is Dan Chan, Magic Man.
Okay.
So he is in the backyard along with zoo animals and circus acts. These kids have. I think they have a chroma key effect on their glasses where they keep seeing this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just kids seeing images.
Dude, they were tripping
First,
balls.
they're like plastic toy like playhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is kind of dancing around and moving.
Yeah.
In a stop motion animation type thing around, and then they get in it and they are transported to this.
Hey, and towards the end, you guys didn't get to see it, but they see a train plow through their backyard,
What?
and it just cuts to old stock footage of trains.
What the fuck?
Whoa.
Magic backyard.
Backyard.
Anyway,
This next movie.
we got to talk about this.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck
what
yes.
what I think was the favorite of the weekend. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
The
it was,
favorite
it
of the
was.
week.
By far
It
the
was.
best.
We actually, yeah. Rocco
Yeah.
got a piece of Ghana cinema,
Ghana cinema.
Ghana.
straight out of Africa.
A lot of people may not know, but Ghana, legitimately, this is not a joke, has a thriving film community. But it's usually the same people making all the movies.
Mm-hmm.
This is presented by Black Star Entertainment. Darkest Day.
Darkest Day.
Darkest Day.
This is
yeah.
so good.
Starring who?
Van Vicker.
Van Vicker. He is, by the way, Ghana's biggest star right now, Van Vicker.
Van Vicker.
You can see him getting mad on the back. He's pissed.
You know this because there's trailers before the movie. Probably, I don't know, 30 of them.
There's, no joke, probably 30 trailers
Yeah.
before the movie
and
starts.
they all have the same quality, pretty much same story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
it's
all
simple.
star Van Vicker.
The
So,
storylines are very simple.
oh yeah, it's straightforward.
And
they
the
are?
idea.
Are you?
What
Hey,
happened?
Go ahead and
can we get
explain
a
it.
close up on Garrett? Hey, Garrett, go ahead and summarize what the movie was about for me.
Well, Van Vicker, he's rich, and his mother doesn't want him mixing around with the poor, and she beats on the poor at the hospital they work at all the time.
Yeah.
What's
No,
that?
keep going. You're doing good.
Come, I don't want to give the whole plot away.
No, give it
No,
all
you
away.
can't.
Oh, okay. Come to find
You
out,
want to spoil Darkest Day?
Van Vicker has had a relationship with a now blind woman, and they've produced a small boy who is now grown up and been beaten on in the hospital where the mother is the boss. And then he finds out that he's
next to you while you
finds out he's got a young child who works at the hospital. His mother beats on him. It is all revealed, very dialogue heavy, long dialogue heavy scenes with the best audio loops I think Windows 98 could provide. And the triplicate now, Van Vicker, his unwed wife of his dear boy and the dear sweet boy, they go and they present themselves to his brother and the mother, the rich family in their compound. They are all very, very shocked and very surprised, and there's a lot of anger and a lot more
Yeah.
dialogue. And what's wrong, Derek? Are you having a?
It's close enough.
I think that's pretty much exactly what happened.
And that's pretty much how it happened.
Where did Lucy come in, the maid?
Lucy the maid
The hot one?
was Lucy the maid. She was just the maid.
Okay.
Now, what? There's a favorite scene that we have. with
Now
Lucy
there is
the
a
maid.
scene that's really good.
Now,
Am I missing anything?
well, basically, so it's that
It's all just
storyline,
bullshit.
but all you may picture all these elaborate scenes when Garrett describes it. But what it was is they would argue in a living room, then they'd leave the room for a minute to argue somewhere else.
Yeah.
Then they'd be back in the living room.
Yes.
The whole movie was them going back to the same living room,
With the same music.
and they have no microphone.
The horribly
And they have no furniture in the living room.
Yeah.
The horribly boring plot that I just laid out all is just moved along by argument after argument after argument. There's some conversations that ended in a lot of crying.
Yeah.
Hey, I think what the lesson to be learned, if you've never seen a movie from Ghana, you watch this, you learn one thing. Ghana sucks. It's
It
just
does.
True.
like,
There's dirt on the walls.
dude, it's hey,
The
Everyone's
rich people's
sweating.
house.
I'll take
People-
America
Was that it?
any day.
The rich people's house has huge walls around it, so that way I
Yeah,
assume
with
marauders
with
can't
barbed
come.
wire.
Yeah, marauders
That's
can't come and hop the
terrifying.
fence.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
And everyone is sweating a lot.
It's
Oh,
just
hot.
what I learned about Ghana. It's fucking. There's dirt everywhere.
People that have buttons
There's
on
not.
their
There's not an IKEA in sight. All the
yeah,
furniture.
what is that key?
Like, it didn't look very fancy.
Their cups were
There
like
were
2 liter
look
bottles cut.
no posters on no wall decorations anywhere. Blank walls.
No, that's not true. Because the air conditioners throughout the whole thing, just like on the wall.
The rich people's house
There
had
are.
That's okay. That's the walls are decorated with air conditioners.
the compound. The rich people's compound had a room with like 6 the little air conditioners all poking out of one wall.
And everybody is just so mean to everybody else.
Yeah.
And they're constantly just slapping one another and like just slapping each other constantly.
And
That's the whole movie is yelling
so-
and slapping and everybody's sweaty.
Every conversation was this or that. It was the argument. They'd go in the other room. You don't want me to clean? I want to clean. I have a problem with you. And then the next person would go, well, I want you to do this, and I don't want you to do that. So don't do either.
Yeah.
Well, what about this or what about that? It was always options.
Every scene is talking about who's pissing you off now.
not
and it's
this,
just
not-
everything is pissing me off. I want to do the laundry. You don't let me do my laundry.
Yeah.
I'm not making this up. I know all about pissing off. I know what pissing off is all about.
So
you
that
do not
was-
let me do the laundry. That is what pissing off is all about.
So that was our favorite quote.
Yeah.
When somebody said, you're pissing me off, he said, I know all about pissing off. And he listed all these things, and when it was over, and that's what pissing off is all about. And apparently it's all on YouTube.
Oh, really?
People are saying this is on
This is
YouTube.
on
You can look
Check
up
it out.
Darkest Day on YouTube.
find out what pissing off
hey,
is all about.
watch it and please summarize the plot for us. Was Garrett correct? Was he incorrect? You let us know.
Were you shaking your head because you thought that was wrong? I think that's pretty much what happened. Or was it just too hard to tell? Because it was really...
I think it was too hard
Hey,
to tell.
okay.
to be real,
That's
I fell
what I got
asleep.
about it.
There
don't
were
know what
scenes that were so long, you just would fade in and
Yeah.
out, and
Yeah.
just go, it's the same scene.
The audio,
Yeah, exactly.
like Rocco's accent's pretty close, but you give him a little more credit because the English was every once in a while a word would be transposed.
Also, we're talking a lot of shit about Darkest Day. We're making it sound like it's the shittiest movie ever made.
Hey,
Garrett really had a boner for one of the girls in this movie.
Yeah.
The
No
nurse.
joke. Garrett would not
No joke.
shut up about how hot
shot of that
he
butt.
it's
found.
not her.
He
That's
found
a shot of
he
It's not
found
her.
one particular female in this movie to be so fucking hot. He would not shut up about it. Watch Darkest Day. I'll let you know. If you want to look it up on
No,
YouTube.
it was the nurse. Look it up
Yeah,
on YouTube.
there's a nurse and she's got curly hair. She's got like stains all over her
She's got, like,
clothes.
She's got snot rockets.
Yeah,
coming
she's
out.
got snot
She's
and
got,
she's
like,
all like
dirt
covered.
on her
She's all covered in.
shoulders.
She's covered in like dirt and sweat. And she's got curly hair. She's the nurse. Garrett had such a boner for this girl. Check it out. Let
I
us
had a boner
know.
in a room with 4 other dudes.
That's right.
I just want to point out the most important thing. On the back it says, this DVD digitally master from its original content, delivering you the best in sound and pictures quality. And under format, I just want to point, I don't know if you could see that.
No.
HD DVD.
It does say
Ladies and gentlemen, but you know what? It plays on any DVD player.
Yeah.
That's how
Oh,
funny.
hell yeah.
So anyway, HD DVD. So thank you for that.
But you
How
know
did
what?
it even
I'm gonna
get
be
to-
real though. Good for them. Just making movies.
Yeah.
Hey, keep doing it, Ghana.
Keep doing it,
real.
Van
Doing
Van
your
Vicker.
shit. That's Van Vicker. I'm a fan of you.
Not
Go
to
for
knock
it.
Ghana's film community. At least they have one.
Yeah,
And
no.
they're doing it.
Hey, I'm all about people making shit. Go for it.
Exactly, I agree.
Go for it.
So then real quick, I got CKY4. That's just good.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, and then we watched maybe one of the best films I think ever made.
Now, this is a movie I bought.
Derek bought this
This
one.
is a Cronenberg film. It's called Existenz.
Have people at home seen this?
Close up on the cover, look at that quote. Makes the Matrix look like child's play.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Existenz.
That's a
Now,
who said that?
the tagline for the movie is what it is. I have my own tagline for this movie. If I was in charge of advertising this movie, close up on me.
Yep.
Have you ever played a video game through your second butthole? Existenz.
What? You're second.
not a
I'm
joke.
sorry.
Hey, that is an excellent summary of that
I
movie.
tried to make it through that tagline without laughing.
What?
But I am not fucking joking. That is what that movie is about.
What?
Have you ever tried to play a video game through your second butthole? Existenz.
And people in the chat are already pointing it out. The penis enlargement pill?
Yeah, it
seems
sounds
like
like it
that.
extends.
Okay, Existenz is about the world's greatest video game developer. She's created a virtual reality game that is so real you can't tell when you're in the game, when you're out of the game. The way to play it
Oculus.
is you need to have what is called a bioport installed at the base of your spine, where they basically shoot you with this big piercing gun that puts a butthole on the bottom of your spine. You think I'm joking? This is a David Cronenberg film. It is a fucking butthole.
They show it?
Yes, they
Oh,
show it. They show
licks
it.
it.
Jude Law licks
if there's a
someone
butthole,
else's second
so
butthole?
this video
These
game,
are
this
actually
video
going
game
way
console is made out of flesh and bone, and it has an umbilical cord that you plug into your second butthole.
The gun looks like bio.
Yeah, the
that's
gun.
why?
The gun is made out of like tooth, and it's made out of flesh and bone, and it shoots teeth. This movie is so
What the
fucking weird.
fuck?
David Cronenberg made a movie about video games. I don't think this guy's ever played a fucking video game
I don't
in his
think
life.
so. And I think Eric summed it up perfectly.
Whoa.
There's so much of the movie that is gobbledygook bullshit, and Eric summed it up what Eric thinks someone said to him on the set. You know what I'm talking about?
It was. I don't really think. Hey, David Cronenberg. I don't really think the scene makes sense. And then David Cronenberg goes, it doesn't matter. It's about video games.
It's about video games.
It's a video game,
Yeah, it's
and he
video
hasn't
games. It
played
doesn't
them.
matter.
As soon as they jack into this video game, which is called Existenz, sounds like a penis enlargement pill.
Sure.
As soon as they jack in, they're basically in just a flesh and blood world. It's just people. Doesn't look like a video game. It just looks like people. And you know,
Like the city? Like you're walking around the city?
yeah, they're just
normal,
in the city. It's just normal, and you know that it has nothing to do with video games. When you get the explanation, what is this video game about? What's the point? That is for you to discover
You have to play
by
it.
playing the game. All right, so there's no objective. Cool. Weird shit just starts happening. They jump around. They start killing people. They don't know why they're killing them.
They do
literally
some kind of
say,
character.
I don't know who I have to kill, why I'm doing this. And then they kill people.
With the bullet
Oh, yeah.
that are teeth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where do they find this gun?
Yeah, they go to a Chinese food restaurant and they get this really gross plate of food and they start eating it and they pull the bones out of their mouth and they build the gun.
What the fuck?
There you go.
It's the kind of movie where like you hear bits and pieces of it and it sounds like that's kind of interesting. That's like weird, surreal. I might like that. Hey, check out Existenz.
There are a lot of good reviews.
William Dafoe.
Believe it or not,
Yeah.
there are a lot of good reviews online about
That's
it.
Cronenberg.
And I
IMDb
think,
gave it like a 6.8.
yeah, and it's a lot of that.
No, of course it is.
But I think this was you too, Eric. Maybe it was. I don't know, but I think you said this, and I agreed. It's the same. It's a good review from the same 11th grader that just saw Donnie Darko.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If
You
you
know?
have never seen The Matrix and you saw this movie and you're in the 11th grade,
Yeah.
you're kind of like, whoa, this is trippy shit. And that's it.
It's just
Can they take
whoa.
the
Hey,
butthole
I'm gonna throw it. Oh, spoiler alert! They do put a butt plug into the second butthole. There's a point where the second butthole gets infected. The whole movie they talk about like,
infected.
don't worry, bioports can't get infected. Don't worry, that doesn't happen. It gets infected.
Lo and
Go
behold.
go fucking figure.
Who knew?
So they go, oh, I gotta plug this up, and we were with it was
Plug
either
it up.
it was either Eric or our friend Kella went. What are they gonna use? A butt plug?
Yeah.
Yes, they have a little butt plug and they stick it in there.
God.
And then that heals it, back up?
It like they don't tell you what it is, but it just looks like
What
what
about
it
one?
is.
Butt
Yeah,
plug.
Why is he obsessed with assholes?
that is yeah.
Cronenberg's
That's Cronenberg.
obsessed-
That's
It's
like
fleshy
a Freud,
stuff.
That's a Freud's boys
Hey,
thing, right?
hey, there's
Yeah.
like a lot of like the latex effects and everything are really good.
Yeah,
like
no,
these animals
definitely,
in it
they are.
David
really cool
Cronenberg.
looking.
Let's not forget, David Cronenberg made
wanna see it.
Videodrome, and
Yeah.
at first I thought maybe this would be a spiritual successor to Videodrome. And the effects are really good in the way that the Videodrome effects are good.
Yeah.
They're realistic.
Yeah.
They're realistic prosthetics. They even have a little bit of CGI, which I thought looked fucking great.
Because it was minimal. They used it very minimally.
For a movie that came out so long ago, which is funny too, because this is pre-smartphone, and not a lot, they don't even use cell phones very much in this movie, so it feels like a very dated movie.
Yeah.
It's maybe a decade or so old, but the CGI holds up.
This is on Netflix. is
Don't
that true?
believe
I
the
don't know if
reviews
it's on
that are
Netflix.
positive.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
Hey, I don't care. Believe them if you want. Check it out for yourself. We're telling you on
There you have
Existence.
it.
There you go.
But go ahead, give it a watch.
Give it a watch.
It is very weird.
There you go. We also watched one movie that's not here. It's that, the tagging one, the Nightmare.
Oh, where is that?
I don't know if
we watched
I don't
it-
know where that is.
I think that I thought I saw it under your hotel room bed. It might still
Yeah,
be there.
I don't think I took
Hey,
that.
We
That-
saw a
that's probably
movie.
the best.
We
That
saw a
movie-
movie called Bedtime Stories, which
Oh.
was like it's like Jackass, CKY, that kind of thing. It's a bunch of kids who just recorded themselves
But-
doing fucked up
Yeah,
shit.
it was, but see, Jackass has a good sense of humor to it. This was like this
You know what?
mean shit.
I would compare
Yeah.
this more like bum fights.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I didn't
yes.
want
I
to
think
see
it
that.
said something like that on the box.
Oh,
It was a
Yeah.
movie in the vein of bum fights. It's called Bedtime Stories.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of trash.
It was a lot of fucked up things.
Spray
Spray,
tagging.
spray painting homeless people while they were asleep. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like I wasn't stoked on
It was
it.
fucked up.
stuff. Anyway, so those are videos we watch. Any other stuff? GDC.
and Eric and I
happenings?
watched High Noon.
Oh,
which
yeah.
was actually a great movie.
Yeah, we saw a Western, High Noon, from 1953, I believe, and it was very enjoyable.
It
Really
had,
good.
I think, Gary Cooper and Lloyd Bridges. It was pretty good.
And Lee Van Cleef and Grace Kelly, and
Yep.
it's really good. Old school movie, good ass Western, High Noon. I recommend it.
Me too.
Can I borrow this? I want to check extends out.
Oh, absolutely.
The butthole got him. I knew it.
I like that you keep calling
Jude-
it extends.
Hey, Jude Law licks a butthole.
Yeah, he'll be
I
so.
can't wait.
Hey,
say nothing else.
Garrett, you ever played a video game with your second butthole?
No, I've been playing some video games though. If you
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do.
we should.
Hey, Mega64, we like to do a hashtag of the week every week. I think we should hashtag second butthole.
Second butthole.
Yeah. Hashtag
butthole.
second butthole. Get that. I want to see that trending
Does anyone
tonight.
fart out of their second butthole?
Does anybody
The
fart?
movie.
They bleed.
They
There's
do
blood.
bleed. Hey,
What?
that's the thing. No shit and no
missed it.
fart comes out of it.
Hey, you missed it because that was the segue for him to actually fart
Oh,
next
cool.
to me. So
Oh,
that's
cool.
what he did.
Cool. Have you ever played a video game with your
Garrett.
second butthole? Hashtag second butthole.
Hashtag second butthole. Check it out.
I had-
Garrett's using both.
Jesus Christ.
Garrett's running
I only
dual
have one.
pistons.
Oh my god.
Anyway, speaking of real video games, let's
it's-
talk about that because a lot of shit came out,
Yeah.
and we're very deep into this podcast already. So,
Only one came out that I care about.
What is that?
Yoshi's Island. 3DS. Sorry, Yoshi's New Island. No, what?
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes is fucking amazing. Like I have played for about 4 days straight.
Yeah.
Like long 7-8 hour gaming sessions.
What?
I've put
Wow.
I've put like 20 hours in that game maybe.
Wow,
so
no
far.
kidding.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
People complaining about it being small, I understand that complaint, and
Mm-hmm.
they definitely have a valid point. But there is plenty, for my money's worth, to keep me busy.
Yeah.
Like I've had so much fun doing the missions over and over again,
Yeah.
the extra missions and the unlockable stuff.
So have you beaten it?
Yeah, several times.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
the-
main mission several.
The
times.
main story is 2 hours. I mean,
Oh,
it's really
yeah,
short.
I did it.
But
I
this
did
is,
it
last
is
about
this
2.5.
a full? It's not a full game though.
It's part one of Metal Gear Solid 5.
But it doesn't cost $60.
No.
Oh, then.
What did it cost? And they dropped it. It
So
was 40,
if you
and then it
want
was
a
30.
hard copy of it, it's $29.99, and but you can download it for $20.
Yeah.
And now, just given my personal opinion, having played it, I haven't played every quest like you have.
Yeah.
I beat the main story, and I did several of the other ones and whatever. I think if you can get, now that we have it, and we're judging it for what it is, now that we've played it, I think that if you're a hardcore Metal Gear fan, $29.99. Eric said that summed this up perfectly. It's like VR missions.
It's
you know?
exactly like VR missions.
So hey, I think if you're a hardcore Metal Gear fan, $29.99 is worth it. Now, if you're on the fence, or maybe you weren't into the last Metal Gear, or you're, whatever, just more of a casual player, I think it's way more digestible at $20. Go download it.
Yeah.
For $20, to me, there's no question.
If you're
It's
not
worth it.
If you're not a hardcore fan and you don't have that collecting
Yeah.
issue that
Just
guys
download
like
it.
we have,
Yeah.
just download it.
To me, it's
well worth $20.
As a $20 download, it's a great value.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it for $20.
I have Camp Omega memorized like the back of my fucking hand. And like my favorite thing now is to go in through on like harder difficulties and trying to do the time trials and just find all the little hidden cutscenes and little hidden cassette tapes and messages that are just adding to the story. And
Yeah.
the way he tied this into Peace Walker with like the cassette tapes adding more of lore to the background and the backstory, that's all in this too. And I think
Yeah.
it's a really cool way of not really like showing you everything, but creating a lot of intrigue through like, God, I'm imagining
Yeah.
this play out in my head, and like I just want fucking more.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait for the Phantom Pain now to see
Yeah.
where this goes, because I've never played something on a console that looks. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a huge Metal Gear Kojima fan, but this is what I always looked at PC gamers, their level of high detail environments.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is what I was always jealous of in the PC world.
Yeah.
Now a console game has an environment that looks this good. Now, like Skyrim looked pretty good,
Yeah.
but I've never seen anything that looks like
Is this on
Yeah.
PS4?
It's on PS4, Xbox One,
So-
360, and PS3.
It was
Okay.
developed. They created.
And
It's the
PC.
first game with Fox Engine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is their new engine
Right.
that even on the current like PS3 360, it could squeeze out graphics that were mind blowing.
Right.
So it was made with that in mind, but then it was later on they decided, you know what though, we'll put it on the newer consoles. It'll just be smoother, you know. So it was still made with the current consoles in mind,
Okay.
with the PS3 and 360.
But man, it looks fucking good.
Yeah.
And playing during the day, playing different missions that are at night.
Yeah.
I've got the unlockables from the Deja Vu mission where you can play where it's snowing.
That's cool.
Like,
See, I
all
haven't got that yet.
All the environment stuff looks so fucking good that even when you pull in, because for PS4 we got characters that look like the bad graphics PS1 Snake, or the Cyber Ninja with the mask open, and he runs faster and stuff. Even that, and with the skins turned on to make all the enemies look like the snow camo guys from the first Metal Gear, and the POWs have different skins, and there's different cameos of other bosses from Metal Gear 1 and this Deja Vu mission.
That's cool.
Even with all that stuff in the dumbed down graphics scheme, the background and the environments all look so high res.
Yeah.
It has such a
It's
fun
weird.
look. It's cool. Like
Yeah.
that stuff, I have the most fun going back into the Deja Vu mission and just fucking around.
Yeah. Having played it again as much as I did,
Yeah.
it took a little getting used to for me. I first of all, just overall, I really liked it.
Yeah.
And it was about what I expected. Some of it wasn't what I expected. I'll talk about that in a second, but I really enjoyed it for what it was. It was hard for me to get used to for a little bit because I'm open to a new thing. And, you know, a lot of people have talked about, oh, it's not David Hayter, and oh, it's not this, and oh, it's not that, and you can only have two weapons. You can all, I'm open for, I don't need to play the same game over and over. I'm open for change. So none of those things bothered me. I liked having a new thing, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
So I was into all that. It was fine. What was hard for me, though, was for me, I've never been big on sneaking.
Yeah.
But I find in the Metal Gear games, I find my groove where okay, I'll sneak a little bit, but if this happens, I'll do this. You know, I find my groove, and what makes that easy to do in past Metal Gear games is how am I going to get through this hallway? And then you do it. Okay, cool, cutscene.
Yeah.
Phew, and it's like you constantly get relief.
Yeah.
And this game feels like, and I definitely by design, is directed as one long take.
Yeah.
Like the opening scene just fucking follows,
Yeah.
and it's set to an Ennio Morricone song, or however you say his name. You know, going through all this stuff, and then you're with Snake. And it never cuts from that, so it was hard for me because I kept like, oh shit, oh fuck, and I never had a relief
There's
from it.
no relief.
But
Until you
again,
find like an ammo room.
yeah, but again, so it was kind of like almost too high tension for me. But again, as I play it more and more and more, I start to find my equilibrium with that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll find an ammo room. Or, you know what, let me just chill under this building for a while and just kind of look at my map and see what to do.
Plan out your next move.
Yeah. Now,
Well, the scouting, like using I've never played a Metal Gear game where I really used the binoculars.
yeah,
You have to use
you
them.
have to now, yeah.
And I have found such I find it so entertaining and so fun to go scope out a high point, take out a guard, and then try to survey the entire camp as
Yeah.
best I can and find all the other guys.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm using that Ground Zeroes app that they put out.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So what is that?
It's on your iPad or your phone or whatever you
Yeah.
have, even your PSP.
Yeah.
Or your Vita, I mean. And I have like an iPad mini that I just set on my thigh, and I can control, or I can see all the enemies that I've scouted on the map.
What the fuck?
It
Yeah.
moves with me. You can set it to where the area you're looking, it changes the position. So while I'm moving around and looking around,
Yeah.
the map on my thigh is spinning and showing me the different
What?
angles. I can set a waypoint, and it'll show up.
Yeah.
There's almost no HUD in this game.
Yeah.
And it's such a fucking pretty game. You don't want a HUD on it.
But that's what I was going to say next. Is my only kind of just criticism, I guess, of the whole package.
Yeah.
Is I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
And
it's not advertised.
it didn't tell me in the game at any point, and I would have. And I've seen people using it, and it's
Yeah.
like that would help me so much. So I'm going to use that from now on.
Oh, from now on. It's-
Definitely, but just in the promotion of the game, and I think anybody out there has had some moment of confusion with, Ground Zeroes versus Phantom Pain,
Totally.
whatever.
I did.
I didn't know going in. You know, there were lots of people judging this ahead of time, and I was always very like, hey, let's not call anything about Ground Zeroes until it's fucking out.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so tired of hearing, this isn't worth it. I haven't played it, but it's not worth it. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't make that call until I had it. And now I said what I feel about the price and all that stuff. But I didn't know going in, but I played the game and it's cool. But I had no idea it was just one area. Yeah. I knew it was just going to be one mission, but all the footage that I saw, I kept seeing footage of him in the desert. I saw him versus Quiet and versus Code Talker and all these bosses, and I never got a boss.
It was hard to distinguish what was Phantom Pain and what was Ground Zero footage. And and the same thing happened to me. I was getting confused.
And I consider myself a big fan, and I would... And again, it's not like I just didn't know. Mm-hmm. I legitimately didn't know, and so now playing this, and I never got to fight a boss or anything like that, I was kind of like, if this wasn't clear to me, who was it clear to? You know what I mean? That's how I felt.
There, in some of the extra ops, there are like boss type things where you get to actually fight some heavy armored vehicles and some helicopters.
Sure, yeah, and that's fun.
So I think that's supported there in certain, capacity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of things I don't like about the game. Mm-hmm. Things that people had kind of a valid point. I didn't really know that. Yeah, it was just Camp Omega.
Yeah, and again, it's fine now that I have that. It's fine.
I didn't know it was just one mission. I thought it's going to be like, well, at least I get like 10 missions, and then there's some side ops and extra ops, and maybe there's some other base element, but there really is just one mission, and I think 5 other side ops if you include the deal or the unlockable deja vu.
But again, there's a lot of different ways to go about things in that area, and the side ops. Between that, I still think it's well worth the money.
Playing it multiple times with multiple weapons is so much fun because I've gone in and just hauled ass into the middle of the spotlights and mowed motherfuckers down until all 36 enemies are dead in the camp, and I have free reign to go find all the unlockable. There's so many ways you can play it. I've snuck around. I've gotten a no-kill award. I've done extractions of guys that I don't even need to extract, like other POWs in the prison camp.
Yeah.
There's so much there.
There's an incredible amount of detail in just that area. So that's why I still...
people complaining, though, like before it happened. One thing I am kind of bothered by is the David Hayter and the Keith Sutherland voice thing. I don't know how I really feel because Keith Sutherland's voice is definitely... that's Keith Sutherland. He talks different. Snake has never kind of sounded this way. So it takes some getting used to. Now... I still think that something might be planned for...
I think there's... I was telling Eric about... Somebody came up with a theory about what's going on in this.
Something's got to be going on.
And I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But just the fact that even if I don't believe these crazy theories people are making, the fact that they exist is why I'm enjoying this. Is because it lends itself to that.
Well, there's lore attached to it.
Exactly.
Like, they're not revealing everything with all the spoilery cutscene stuff. You get these tapes that you find along the way to progress the story of what happened to Chico. The real world has this same thing going on where David Hayter's fighting on Twitter with Kojima and other people. So I just feel like something is up. But did you feel kind of out of place when you first heard Snake speaking?
No, because honestly, he's Big Boss and he's older, and everyone's calling him Big Boss. So I don't. Yeah. At this point, I'm fine with it. I just didn't.
There were certain times where the voice just kind of stood out as that sounds like Keith Sutherland.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're far enough in this guy's life that he would sound different.
Oh yeah.
But there were moments.
I can understand people, now I can validly understand people's debates. And I understand people's criticism about the price. I don't think it's warranted, but I understand why they feel like it's 2 hours. Why is it, $20?
Yeah. Anyway, so that's Ground Zeroes. Yeah, I'll be playing more of the quests.
You guys didn't play it?
No. But it sounds
Eric?
cool.
You didn't play it, Eric?
No.
Oh, just us.
Anyway, I'm going to talk about a lot more shit that nobody else is interested in.
No.
Yoshi's New Island came out on 3DS.
Yeah. I was interested in that, by the way.
There it is.
Don't cut me off.
I was interested in the first 15 minutes.
My response said it sounds cool.
It does sound cool.
Oh, am I an asshole all of a sudden?
Oh,
really?
No. It's a video game podcast.
We know Derek was interested because he didn't say boring.
Yeah, I would let you know if I was
Derek,
bored.
Don't worry, I took care of it. I was live editing. It's cool.
Should I?
No.
Okay.
No, again, great.
Okay.
Passionate about
Yoshi's New Island came out on 3DS. It's on 3DS. I'm about 6 worlds into it, and I really like that. It's not. It doesn't have a fucking gimmick.
When was the last Yoshi game?
They did Yoshi's Island 2 or something on DS a few years ago.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't like that because it felt like a hacked ROM. It was like the old. It was the graphics of the old Yoshi game with. They added like, well, now you can get baby Donkey Kong. You can get baby. And it was all old enemies, but then every now and then there'd be a redrawn new one that didn't fit the art style at all. It just felt like a hacked ROM. It was just stupid. But I like the art style of this new one, and it doesn't add any gimmick. It's just more Yoshi's Island.
For some reason, I never got into Yoshi. I never cared about
Beat
that.
the
never played
shit
it.
out of the one on
Yeah.
64.
I've never played
I
one.
never. I love Mario games. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't know why. I don't
the
know
first
why.
Yoshi's Island came out when I was young and didn't buy my own games. So, you know, when you're a kid, it's
Yeah.
almost like you're at the will of your parents and what they'll give you. That's how you discover stuff. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
back
was the
in the
first
day.
one with the? This is awful. With the baby Mario crying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I know we said this before, but that to
Yeah.
me turned me off of the game, and I stopped playing because I was so annoyed by that. So I
crying
never
babies. I thought you loved that.
I thought you were a huge fan. Yeah.
I didn't like the video game because of that.
That's probably that's like one of my top 3 favorite games. Period.
No, I know you said that before, and that
It never
one
bothered me.
thing made it so I never played the series.
Hey,
that
I
one
can-
thing.
I can see that because I've only known of the baby versions of Mario and Luigi in other games,
Yeah.
and been kind of curious as to like, what the fuck are these dumb characters from?
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna pick
Yeah.
the cart with the dumb baby carriage. Like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's what I knew it from was other Mario
Yeah.
franchises. So I never played the original.
I
of
mean,
that. Yeah,
even
it's kind of.
we all know how I fucking love Zelda. When you have less than 3 hearts, I want to quit the game because it won't stop fucking making that noise. And it's like, if there could just be an option I could turn that thing off, that'd be great. I know I'm about to die. I get it. Thank
get
you.
your ass to some hearts, man.
But that's just the thing. It's just
Keep
that
a fairy in
that
a
kind of
box.
thing just like drives me up a wall.
Yeah, but anyway, this new one definitely. I mean, I'm not giving it. It's not like it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's definitely not as inspired as the original. It's just more levels. You know,
9 out of 10.
So 9.5. I think there's a lot of people that felt like it was lazy. I don't know. I knew what I was getting, so I enjoy it for what it is. Really dug that. Played more Bravely
Yeah,
Default.
we've both been playing Bravely Default.
Yeah, and that was great to have at GDC because it was constantly flushing more people in every time I
I
street
didn't have
past
any
people.
time to play it, and I already maxed my town out, so it
Yeah.
didn't really matter.
You basically collect people to build your town in that game. While you're out doing stuff,
Street pass.
You street pass people, and depending on how many people you street pass, that's how many people you have to build a town and get items for you in the background. And so at GDC, all you had to do was walk downstairs. 10 more.
yeah.
All right, 10 more.
Everyone's playing that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was cool. Final Fantasy X HD came out.
Yeah.
That's Final Fantasy X in HD.
Oh.
Not really a popular game.
It's all, yeah.
You met with a
Well,
lot of
it's not really
optimism
a good
about
game.
that purchase.
What's that?
You were met with a lot of optimism about
Final
that
Fantasy
purchase.
X?
Yeah. People wondering why the fuck would you buy that?
I
You
got
bought
it
on Vita.
I got it on Vita, yeah. The gameplay of that game is really fun. It has the most bullshit story ever, but I'm really excited to.
Do you
play
find
it.
you play Square RPGs on a portable now more than a console?
I just don't want to. I don't want to sit at home and make time for that game. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I just want to play it in passing because again, I love the battle system was awesome.
Because you've replayed 7, 8, 9,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
10
all
now.
on Vita,
All on
or yeah.
or PSP back then.
Yeah. Because at this point I've already played them. I don't want to sit at home and play games I already remember. I beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, but I'll play that on the go.
Hey, we went to museums this
Yes.
week.
Yeah, we did.
Rocco, Eric, me, and our friend Jason were able to check out the Disney Family Museum of San Francisco and the Mary Blair side exhibit that they were hosting. You want to talk about that at all?
Yeah.
It was very cool. I'm a big fan of Mary Blair. I know Rocco is too. We've
One of
always
my favorite artists.
Yeah,
ever.
I can distinctly remember a conversation we had about a decade ago, just being at Disneyland and being like, you ever notice all the art on the walls around Tomorrowland? And then didn't they take all that shit out? Or they like redid it?
Around Tomorrowland, yeah. They put murals over it. They're still
Yeah.
there.
They put
but
murals
they're-
over
Oh,
it?
really?
Yeah, when you go to Tomorrowland and you see like all the starships flying by, like those kind of murals,
Yeah.
there's Mary Blair artwork just under those. They've been drilled into it.
Yeah, there used to be
They're under
Mary
there.
Blair murals there, and I used to think they were so cool. And I remember talking about that, and then we kind of discovered like there was one artist who had that style, And it was Mary Blair, so we got a chance to go to her art exhibit, which was awesome. And
Yeah.
She's still alive?
she is not still alive. She was born in 1911.
Oh,
Yeah, died in the 70s. She died in the 70s.
Oh,
yeah, so
geez.
she's pretty dead.
She was a fairly
She's
accomplished
pretty
artist.
dead.
She's very accomplished.
She's very
At that
accomplished.
time when she was putting those on the Disneyland, like I don't think they would fuck around. So she was already fairly old and
Well, we kind of got to find out about her whole life story, and they had early art from her career, which was really cool. And then they talk about how she met Walt Disney and got involved with him and kind of toured the world with Walt Disney during World War II, trying to make better relations with all our neighbors so they wouldn't attack us.
Yeah.
And how, she became creative director for Walt Disney Studios, and she kind of developed the style for Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland, and what was the third one? Sleeping Beauty?
Cinderella.
Cinderella, yeah. There were 3 big movies that she worked on, and even though her art style didn't really get transferred to those movies, you can tell that the ideas behind those were hers. We saw paintings of, like in Alice in Wonderland, the Queen's Guards that are all cards and stuff.
Yeah.
Those are her ideas. The way the flowers kind of
Really?
like move, the way the Mad Hatter is designed, even
the
though
animators drove them.
yeah, even though it's not her
differently.
exact art style, those
Right.
are all her ideas.
Character design.
Yeah, and I was telling Rocco and Jason and Eric after we left, I personally was most impressed with all of the stuff from Peter Pan, specifically Neverland. There were probably about 10 or 12 different paintings of Neverland, and as far as I'm concerned, the way she painted it was the way that they adapted it into the cartoon, and that's the way Neverland still looks today. And they're still making Neverland stuff based off of her artwork. Jake and the Neverland Pirates is a kids show on Disneyland, and Pirates of the Caribbean. Disney Channel, excuse me.
Tinkerbell has a whole series of movies that are like everywhere.
Yeah, based out of there. And Pirates of the Caribbean, even, I feel like the design at Disneyland and in the movies is based off of the way Neverland looks, and she came up with that's all straight out of her brain.
She just thought that imagination.
Yeah, it's all these paintings of just like these hills rising out of the water and these submerged skulls. And I know she referenced the book, but she really put her own style on it.
Yeah.
And it was really cool.
And but it's really interesting because in the exhibit they said that the greatest shame was that Disney wasn't an artist. Like Walt Disney could get any idea moving. He was a great idea guy, but he wasn't an artist, and he had no idea how to convey that to other artists to make it look like her art on the screen.
Wow.
So if you look up Mary Blair's style, you'll know. I mean, there isn't a Disney movie that looks like that. He couldn't convey that. And they did part ways in the 50s. She eventually left Disney, but it wasn't until 1962 or somewhere around there that they were doing World's Fair, and Walt Disney worked on It's a Small World. He was working on this concept and reached out to her, hey, I think we have a way to make something that looks like your art in real life. Would you be willing to come try this? Okay, and that's all her. Small World,
really?
Yeah.
That's what her art looks like on paper is Small
Does,
World.
now that
yeah.
I'm thinking of it, it does look like
Yeah.
like big shapes, solid colors.
Yeah, exactly. Solid colors. But man, you see in that gallery her artwork before she went on the trip to South America.
Really?
It's all like dark and like streets and like kind of dark vignettes of stuff, whatever. And then she went to South America, and you come back, it is pink, yellow, green. It is like really bright. Like
Really?
it looks like what she later just dominated. It was really interesting.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Check it out if you're a fan. If you're in the San Francisco area, check out the Mary Blair exhibit.
Yes, check out the Walt Disney Family Museum and the Mary Blair exhibit. They had a really cool book there
Did you get it?
too, but no, I couldn't bring it back. It was really thick, and also Amazon's getting it for half price next month. So I'm gonna wait.
There we go.
No offense, gallery, I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyway, thank you for watching. We gotta wrap this up. One last thing we wanted to impart onto you is we are going to be at PAX East in Boston.
2 weeks.
And we got some special info for you.
We're going to be there in 2 weeks.
We are going to be in Boston at PAX East, and as I have just said, we will have a panel, MEGA64 panel for True Connect gamers, Saturday at 7 p.m.
It's in the Dragonfly
in
Theater.
the Dragonfly Theater,
Yep.
and then we will, I think, tentatively be. What booth number is
Booth
it?
340. 340.
Booth 340. That could change,
Come
so
say hi.
we'll keep you posted.
We should be there with Rooster Teeth, right?
We'll be right back
Yeah.
to back with Rooster Teeth
Our good
in
buddies.
our own little island.
We got a side to side thing, I think.
We're back to back.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have our own island. We're gonna call it. We're gonna call it MEGA64 Island. Sorry, Rooster Teeth, you lost this one. But
Rooster Teeth, you could find Rooster
We
Teeth.
flipped a coin and they
on-
lost.
We didn't flip a coin. We just decided.
They don't tell them.
Like dictators. We are
Whoa.
laying the law down with Rooster Teeth. It's kind of like a Russia-America thing. We're America. Rooster Teeth keeps trying to push us around. We're not going to stand for it.
And you know what else? You know what other? Just to keep on current events, it's some people say that plane went to an island. Come to our island. Maybe they're at our booth. Anyway, I'm just joking around.
40.
So go to our booth, and we are going to have more than one new merch item.
What?
If you're a MEGA64 fan, we have a lot of stuff that is going to be at that booth. We've got.
Get out your fucking checkbooks.
We've got.
Please don't.
We don't take checks.
Yeah,
Sure,
do
we
that.
don't take checks.
Eventually, we will say what we got.
We've got
Cash only.
2 new shirt designs.
We take cards.
2 new shirt designs that will dazzle you and
prefer
excite
cash.
you.
Or they might fright you.
That could also happen.
Frighten
But
you.
there's also a 3rd shirt that will not be sold online
Whoa.
in any way.
Whoa.
What?
A con exclusive design
A new one?
never sold before.
What?
In addition, we will have other items that you can only get at our booth that will be announced at a later date because we need to make sure that they'll be there.
And we got that Blu-ray.
And we will have
We
the
will
Blu-ray
have
box set and all the other merch that you would want to get from us. that you
And
already know
our
about.
pretty faces will be there too.
Exactly.
You want to take a photo? You want to have something signed?
You want to play grab ass with Garrett?
Yeah, I'll play.
You can do it.
You and me both, brother.
Exactly. So we'll all be there, and there may be some other surprises along the way. So you're going to want to check out our booth, but definitely come to our panel.
Garrett.
Real quick. I just want to thank you guys for having me back on the podcast. It means a
Oh
lot. I'm back.
Sean, our special guest, he probably
Thank
won't
you
be
for having me
returning.
again.
We don't-
He didn't say much, so
We don't have time to talk. We're going to wrap this up.
Sorry.
Loot Crate, go to lootcrate.com
Slash MEGA64
and sign up and
code word MEGA64.
sign up and it helps us out. And thank you, Loot Crate.
Shop.mega64.com. Also, PayPal.com. Look up MEGA64.
Send us money.
Send us something.
And
Nice.
thank you again. And pick up a Blu-ray, pick up a shirt. Sean's having another kid. Good night.